Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be having the 2020 presidential election with incumbent Donald Trump going up against former Vice President Joe Biden. Let's have a look at the opinion polling for today's election. For Trump versus Biden general opinion polling, Biden has had a strong lead since July, leading up until today, which is November. It has been narrowing up quite significantly, and was seen to be somewhat close in October with Trump actually having a chance. But this race has kind of expanded for being more of a likely Biden win. Looking by group, Biden is outperforming Hillary Clinton in every single demographic in ways not seen in a presidential election before. Looking at turnout, total turnout is up significantly from 2016, even amid the former coronavirus pandemic. Many people have been doing mail-in ballots, and that actually has been working quite well despite the earlier primary votings not going so great. On your screen, you have the total projected turnouts as reported by each Secretary of State. For each state, and that's the margins of turnout that each state has projected. Looking at the 2020 swing states, for Democratic-leaning swing states, we have Virginia, Minnesota, New Hampshire, Nevada, Michigan, and Colorado. For the Republican-leading swing states, we have Texas, Mississippi, Alaska, Missouri, and South Carolina. For the pure toss-ups for tonight, we have Arizona, Iowa, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Georgia, Florida, and Ohio. Most of these swing states do favor Biden in polling, but as shown in 2016, anything can really happen on election night. Looking at the Politico forecast, they are having Biden at 268 electoral votes and Trump at 203, with the remaining states basically being a pure toss-up. This map shows a likely Biden outcome. At the Sabato's crystal ball forecast map, it is a little bit more favorable towards Biden, having a lot more likely Republican states, having formerly safe states such as Montana, Kansas, Missouri, Indiana, now being likely. I believe one more electoral vote has been handed to Trump, and this is another likely Biden map. Looking at the Economist forecast, Biden also leads in the Economist forecast quite significantly. 368 electoral votes for Biden, followed by Trump's 170. This would be a full-on landslide victory for Joe Biden. So, right now, we have the current poll closings out of 6 states with 60 electoral votes up for grabs. Looking at the state of Kentucky, Donald Trump is a projected winner out of the state of Kentucky. Out of the state of Indiana, Trump is also the projected winner out of the state of Indiana. Out of the state of Vermont, Joe Biden also has handedly won this. Out of the state of Virginia, it is currently too close to call. Joe Biden with a little over 5-point lead. This is a likely state to go to Biden tonight, but as there are outstanding precincts, anything can still happen. Out of the state of Georgia, one of the likely closest states for tonight, Donald Trump is currently leading quite significantly by over 6 points, but only 15% of the vote is in. A key race for tonight, but Trump is currently in the lead. Out of the state of South Carolina, it is a little bit closer than expected, with Trump only having a 6-point lead at this moment. 22% of the vote is in. Anything can still happen. Looking at our current electoral map, Trump has 19 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 3. Now it is time for the 7:30 p.m. poll closings. 38 electoral votes are up for grabs, and polls have now closed in 3 additional. The state of West Virginia, no surprises here. Trump has won the state of West Virginia. The state of Ohio, another likely very close race for tonight. Joe Biden is leading in early in early exit polls out of the state of Ohio. He leads by 12% of the vote, but only 8% of the vote is in, mainly coming out of Columbus. But this is going to be a very interesting state for tonight. The state of North Carolina. North Carolina is an extremely close race already with 28% of the vote in. 3.34 is the margin that Joe Biden is currently leading in. Again, here is a look at the current electoral map. Joe Biden still with 3 electoral votes, but Trump increasing his lead to 24 electoral votes for tonight. Now, polls have closed in 17 states, one of the largest poll closings of tonight. 172 electoral votes are now up for grabs. The state of Tennessee, Trump, no surprises here once more, is the projected winner of the state of Tennessee. State of Oklahoma, another solidly Republican state going for Donald Trump tonight. Out of the state of Alabama, Trump has won the state of Alabama quite handedly. Only about 18% of the vote this time, but still a solid Republican state in Trump's column. The state of Maryland, a solidly Democratic state, going for Joe Biden tonight. Also won his home state of Delaware quite handedly. The state of Connecticut, Joe Biden has also won the state of Connecticut quite handedly. Out of the state of Massachusetts, again, Joe Biden has won this state. He has also won former President Obama's home state of Illinois. But Joe Biden has also won the state of Rhode Island, which has been trending Democratic more and more every year. He has also won the state of New Jersey and the nation's capital of Washington, D.C., improving on Hillary Clinton's margin. Out of the state of Pennsylvania, the state that Joe Biden grew up in, Joe Biden currently is with a 7.5-point lead, which is quite significant, with 17% of the vote in. Joe Biden also leads in the state of New Hampshire with a narrow lead that is just about 5%. And Donald Trump is currently leading in Florida by an extremely narrow lead of 0.26% of the vote. The state of Missouri is additionally too early to call. This does not mean that it is too close, but it just means that we do not have enough information to create a projection at this time. The state of Mississippi. Mississippi is also too early to call. In addition to that, Maine's 4 electoral votes are additionally too early to call. Out of this state of South Carolina, previously too close to call, earlier tonight, Donald Trump is the projected winner of the state of South Carolina, getting more Democratic in this presidential election, likely to become a swing state in future elections. Out of the state of Virginia, Joe Biden has handedly won the state of Virginia, improving on Hillary Clinton's mark. Here is another look at the current map. Trump at 60 electoral votes, with now Biden having 88 electoral votes, him taking the lead in electoral votes for the first time tonight. Polls have now closed in the state of Arkansas. Out of the state of Arkansas, Trump has won the state of Arkansas quite handedly. Out of the state of Missouri, previously too early to call, Trump has won the state of Missouri. Out of the state of Mississippi, also previously too early to call, Trump has won the state of Mississippi. For Maine's at-large and 1st Congressional District, Joe Biden has won these 3 electoral votes. The 2nd Congressional District is still too close to call at this moment, though. Again, here is our look. Here is a look at the current electoral map. Trump with 82 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 91. We have some more poll closings for tonight. This is the largest poll closing with 156 electoral votes up for grabs. Polls have now closed in 14 additional states. Out of the state of Wyoming, one of the most Republican states in the nation, has gone to incumbent President Trump. The state of South Dakota has also gone to President Trump tonight. That is in addition to the state of North Dakota, its neighbors to the north. Nebraska and 4 of its electoral votes are also going to go to Donald Trump tonight. Its 2nd congressional district is currently too close to call. Out of the state of Louisiana, closer than expected by about 17 points, but Trump has won the state of Louisiana. Out of the state of New York, one of the largest states in the union, Joe Biden has won the state of New York quite handedly. Out of the state of Colorado, a formerly swing state has now gone to former Vice President Joe Biden by an over 15-point margin. This is an absolutely huge race to be called tonight and is definitely a good look for the Biden campaign. Out of the state of New Mexico, also additionally, a former swing state now going to former Vice President Joe Biden by over 15 points. The state of Kansas is currently too early to call. And in addition to that, Trump has a narrow lead in the state of Arizona, 25% of the vote in, a trending Democratic state, with Trump currently having a half of a point lead in the state of Arizona. Out of the state of Texas, this is quite a surprise. Joe Biden is currently in the lead by about 3.5 points, 21% of the vote in, a huge blow to Trump's election chances if he loses the state tonight. Out of the state of Minnesota, a seat that very narrowly went to Hillary Clinton last time around. Now, with Biden leading by about 8% of the vote, 40% of the vote is in. This is a very crucial state for Biden winning this election. So currently, Joe Biden is also leading in the Rust Belt state of Michigan by about 2 points. This is another tipping point state that Biden will need to win this election, and Trump will need to win re-election. Same in the state of Wisconsin, but alternately, Donald Trump is currently in the lead in the state of Wisconsin by about 1% of the vote. A very key state that we will definitely be keeping an eye on tonight. Having a look at the current electoral map, Trump has 103 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 134. Now we have polls closing in 4 additional states. 21 electoral votes are up for grabs. Out of the state of Montana, Trump has won the state of Montana by about 17 points. The state of Utah, a considered likely state, has gone solidly for the president. Out of the state of Nevada, a state that Trump hopes that he can flip tonight. Currently, Joe Biden, though, is leading by about 6 points. And in the state of Iowa, a state that went for Trump by almost 10 points in the 2016 election, is currently leading, with the president having about 5.5 points as the lead. Out of Nebraska's 2nd congressional district, previously too close to call, it has now gone for Vice President Biden, flipping it. The first state or district to flip to the Democrats tonight. The state of New Hampshire, an extremely close race from 2016, has now gone to Joe Biden by quite a decent margin. And out of the state of Minnesota, Joe Biden has kept the state blue for keeping its deep blue legacy. And out of the state of Pennsylvania, a huge blow to the Trump campaign. Joe Biden winning his state that he grew up in. Biden definitely having a huge chance at winning the election tonight. Trump, his pathway to 270 has been getting narrower and narrower, and this has really just been another blow to his campaign. Out of the state of Kansas, though, Trump has won this state. In Maine's 2nd congressional district, a district that the Democrats hope to flip back to their column, as Obama won it in 2008 and 12, but Trump has kept the Maine's 2nd congressional district. Again, here's a look at the current congressional, well, not congressional, electoral map. Joe Biden with a strong lead. So now polls have closed in 5 states with 82 electoral votes up for grabs. Out of the state of Idaho, Trump has won the state quite handily. And out of the state of Hawaii, Joe Biden has won the state, a safe Democrat. Biggest prize in the union, California has gone for Joe Biden tonight. He has also won the state of Oregon, a state that Trump hoped to narrow the margin down, has gone more so towards the vice president. With the state of Washington, Joe Biden also winning this solidly Democratic state. And out of the state of Nevada, Joe Biden has kept this state blue tonight. And out of the state of Michigan, Joe Biden has flipped the state back to being in the Democratic column. Joe Biden now at 269 electoral votes, now only needing 1 electoral vote to be elected president. If he cannot get this additional electoral vote, he would likely, well, this election would likely result in a tie and would go undergo the House of Representatives and the Senate in order to pick the next president, which would likely lead to a Trump victory if not. Ohio, another state that Obama won in both of his campaigns, Trump has kept this state red. No Republican has won the White House without the state of Ohio. And out of the state of Georgia, a surprisingly extremely close race for tonight, going for the president by less than a percentage point, staying in the state of Iowa. Iowa being, again, extremely close by less than a percentage. And out of the newly swing state of Texas, Trump has won the state by about 4 percentage points, a state likely going to be targeted by the Democrats in the 2024 and 2008 and the 2028 elections as well. Here is a look at the current electoral map, Trump having 201 electoral votes to Joe Biden having 269. Here is again another look at the poll closings. Polls have now closed in one state, and there are 3 electoral votes up for grabs. Out of the state of Alaska, Alaska is a little closer than expected, going to President Trump by about 9 points, but still going to him nonetheless. Joe Biden has also flipped the state of Wisconsin by about winning by about 5 percentage points. And he has also won the state of Arizona, a state that went for John McCain 12 years ago quite handedly, has now gone to a Democrat, which is absolutely insane, by about 5 percentage points. A massive shift towards the Democrats. Joe Biden has also won the sunny state of Florida, flipping this back, a state trending more Republican in recent years, but Joe Biden has combated all the odds and won the state of Florida. And out of the state of North Carolina, an extremely close race this time around, like it was in 2008. Joe Biden has won this state, only expanding his electoral college. Has led Joe Biden to be elected President of the United States of America. We can now project that he has definitely had an almost electoral landslide this time around, winning 334 electoral votes. And at this time, we can project that Joe Biden will become the next President of the United States of America. Let's have a look at our final electoral map. Trump with 204 electoral votes, with Joe Biden having 335. Joe Biden has flipped the states of Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Florida, and Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District. This is a very historic and monumental election, and will definitely be seen and known in history books for many years to come. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I really put a lot of effort into this video. And yeah, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments below. I will try to reply to every single one. And thank you.